Hey y'all, happy 2026. I'm finally back. This is Garden Girl in Houston, Texas. I took a break over the winter time and I just wanted to show you what a garden looks like in February out in Texas, Zone 9A. And as you can see, I've already started to cut back some stuff. But like here's my cannas. See, these are all, if you cut these back, out here in the south, they'll come back. But I don't want these back in my yard. So I'm going to be digging them up and giving them away. So like here's something you guys might have. The Mexican petunia. Here, this is the Mexican petunia right now. If you cut him all the way down to his base, he will come back and he'll get bigger. So this is a plant, if you plant him in the south, be careful that you plant him in a spot that has lots of room because he is a spreader. He will spread. Some people don't like this plant because of that. Once again, here, these are all the cannas I had last year. I am not going to do any, usually I would clip these down at the base, get all this yellow stuff off, all the mushy stuff from the frost, from the freezes. But I'm not going to do that this year because I want to get rid of these and I want to put in some native Texas ornamental grasses is what I want to put in there. So my cleanup has already started. I wanted to show you my crepe myrtle. This is a plant that has lots of people do like different things with their crepe myrtle trees. Now my crepe myrtle, I want him to be, this is my crepe myrtle right now. This is what he looks like. I want him to be a tree and not a bush. So what I did is I cut him way back, you see, and as you can tell, look at that. That green in there, see how it's green inside? That means the tree is still alive. If you ever wanted to know if your tree or plant is still alive, what you can do, let me go down here, just take your fingernail, scrape it against the bark. See that green right there? That means your tree is still alive. So that's a good way to do that. So anyways, I want this to be more of a tree. I don't want it to be a bush because that's what they tend to do on their own. They'll be bushy. So what I did is I cut out all of these small, see, I've got cuts here, cuts down here and here and right here because I don't want it to be a bush. I want it to be a tree. So I just took the three biggest branches or stems and I just cut it back because get some of that dead stuff off, there was dried leftover fruit from the wintertime. So that's what, and you know what? We're just going to fertilize it. The fertilizer I like to use, and I use this for all of my plants except for my roses, is the MicroLife. It's a great general fertilizer for everything in your yard. I'm talking about like plants. I'm talking trees, flowers, bushes, things like that. I'm not talking about vegetables because I don't do vegetables, so I don't really know. But for your general flowers, bushes, and all that, that's a great MicroLife. I love MicroLife. So I took that down. I cut him back, and then here's my hardy hibiscus. I cut him way back too, and I started taking off some of these. See this little thin stuff? A lot of times this is stuff you don't want. You want to have some air circulation in your plants because if it's too crowded, what's going to happen? It's going to cause diseases, fungus, molds, things that's going to hurt your plant. So I cut him way back. He was like up that tall. Let me back up so you can see. He was that tall. So this is a hardy hibiscus. I cut him halfway down, and once again, as you can see he's got that there we go. He's got that green tint to him. See, let me find it better. Well, it's kind of hard to see, but if you scrape it back, see, bright green. Yeah, that means he's nice and alive. So I'll just when I get my MicroLife fertilizer, I'll be using that on that. MicroLife, it can be kind of hard to find in stores. I do know Ace Hardware carries it. And I know Amazon carries it, but it's more expensive on Amazon. It's a better price at Ace Hardware. So I wanted to show you one of my really pretty plants that we got a few years ago. And I love this plant. He stays green out here in the south. He stays green all year. And look at these pretty flowers he does in the springtime. Just full of flowers. This is, I believe, if I burn them. Let me find his tag, people, because I can't remember. Isn't that terrible? He's shades of pink viburnum flowering shrub, and this baby is wonderful. It's good for the pollinators. It stays green. It has interest all year round, at least out here in the south it does. and it gets these beautiful flowers, so it's great for the pollinators. And then in the fall time, it gets berries, so it's really good for your birds also, if you're interested in feeding your birds, because that's one of my passions is bird watching, feeding the birds. But these guys are great against your house. They're a great foundation plant. Look how tall he's getting. This one over here, he's even taller. See how big he is? That's the same plant. So I thought I would show you all just a few things of what I'm doing right now in my flower beds. I'm just cutting things back. I'm pruning. So, and right now too is a great time. It's hard to see, to prune your roses. February is the month you want to be pruning roses. February is also the month where you want to, after you prune your roses, you want to fertilize them. And it's also a great time to plant your roses in February. So I love roses too. This is actually a landscape rose, which is actually really pretty. They have newer varieties of the landscape roses, and they're just so pretty. They have the drift roses, which are really nice. They're like a shrub rose, but they don't get as big. They're more of a ground cover. So that's a great one. So I cut him back. I might need to cut them a little more because especially with roses, you want the center to be open so it can have air circulation in there. So I might have to cut some more off in there. But anyways, this is Garden Girl in Houston, Texas. I'm back. I hope you guys are having a blessed and wonderful day. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to put them in the comment section. I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a great day. Bye.